Good evening. Honorable Minister Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Minister of Tourism and Culture, Government of India. Ms. Suneeta Reddy, President AIMA and Managing Director, Apollo Hospitals Enterprise Ltd. Mr. Vishal Kampani, Vice President AIMA and Vice Chairman and Managing Director, JM Financial Ltd. Mr. Sunil Kant Munjal, Past President AIMA and Chairman, Hero Enterprise. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. It's a privilege to welcome you all to this special session of AIMA's National Management Convention featuring the Honorable Minister of Tourism and Culture. We are deeply honored, Minister Shekhawat, that you have joined us today to share your vision for India's tourism and heritage economy. Under your leadership, India's tourism landscape is being reimagined, not only through the upgrading of iconic destinations, but also by making our country more accessible and admired by its own citizens. Your efforts are laying the foundation for tourism to become a major pillar of India's economic growth, and we are confident that your strategic approach will help double its contribution to the GDP in the coming decade. Mr. Munjal, Suneeta, Vishal, thank you for being here and for your continued leadership in shaping AIMA's mission. Ladies and gentlemen, despite contributing nearly 5% to India's GDP, tourism often remains underappreciated in policy and public discourse. Yet, in today's shifting economic landscape, where technology is transforming traditional industries, tourism offers a vital avenue for inclusive growth, especially in creating small enterprises and local employment. It is encouraging to see foreign tourist arrivals nearing pre-pandemic levels. With India's rising global stature, we could well be on the path to welcoming 25 to 30 million international visitors annually within the next decade. While India is already a magnet for young and budget-conscious travelers, there is immense potential to expand into luxury, eco-wellness, and cultural tourism. Our pilgrimage towns, rich in architecture and heritage, can be reimagined to appeal to a broader audience, including those seeking cultural immersion beyond faith. However, in a world marked by geopolitical uncertainty, India must also build resilience in its tourism sector. Global disruptions from pandemics to conflicts have shown the risks of overdependence on foreign arrivals. Strengthening domestic tourism and engaging the Indian diaspora will be key to building a robust and self-reliant tourism economy. The government's strategy of integrating tourism with faith and culture is already bearing fruit. Cities like Ayodhya and Kashi are witnessing a renaissance, drawing not just pilgrims, but also those seeking to reconnect with India's civilizational roots. We look forward to hearing the Honorable Minister's insights on expanding and diversifying India's tourism offerings and on inspiring Indians to explore and invest their travel aspirations within the country. This session also includes the presentation of fellowships to eminent management leaders and awards to distinguished academics and companies. We are grateful to the Honorable Minister for graciously agreeing to confer these recognitions. With these words, it is my pleasure to invite the AIMA President, Ms. Suneeta Reddy, to deliver the welcome address. Thank you.
Namaste and good evening, everyone. Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Minister of Tourism and Culture, Government of India. Sunil Kant Munjal, Past President AIMA and Chairman, Hero Enterprise. Vishal Kampani, Vice President AIMA and Vice Chairman and Managing Director, JM Financial. Rekha, Sethi, Director General AIMA. Ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a very special pleasure to have you for this special session with a very special guest, Mr. Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Minister of Tourism and Culture, Government of India. Honorable Minister, it is a privilege to have you at AIMA's NMC to talk to us about your vision and plans for the strategic transformation of the industry. Your vision, where we will see a strategic shift moving away from what we saw before. We are seeing tourism now at pre-pandemic levels, but India still is just among 14 people who are growing, 14 nations that are growing. There seems to be a huge opportunity. And while tourism contributes to 5% of GDP and earns us a valuable $28 billion of foreign exchange. The opportunity to expand is something that our minister has been working on. Looking both at cultural and spiritual tourism, in the cultural space, India has so much to offer that the world knows little about. From that slogan of God's own country in Kerala to what is happening today. And the Kumbh Mela is a brilliant example of how well India welcomed and looked after millions of tourists. 3 lakh crores was earned from just this one event and handled with beauty and elegance and spirituality. The same is happening around our cultural space as well. And all over, and this development has transformed many of our states. If you look at UP, a state which lacked manufacturing, with the religious tourism, which initiative the minister has called Prashad, because Prashad, it truly is for the people who live in UP to earn livelihoods from tourists coming for spiritual journeys. Not just Ayodhya, but so many other places, both in Uttarakhand, Uttar Pradesh, have been revived. And the jobs that have been created as a result of this is tremendous. The opportunity to double the job creation and provide opportunities for non-skilled workers in this space is again something that will benefit India hugely. So for all of this transformation and for allowing e-visas in this country, I'm truly grateful to have you here, our Honorable Tourism Minister. I think that you will definitely add value. I look forward to many more innovations that could happen in this space, especially as we think not only of spiritual, cultural, adventure tourism, because India is a land that provides so much more in terms of experiences. And then again, there's medical value tourism and the whole opportunity around wellness. A huge opportunity for India to move to get $20 billion additional dollars of foreign exchange for medical value travel. All these opportunities exist, and we are fortunate that we have the minister with us today to speak to us about what India can do. But before that, to honor several members of AIMA, and let me just, we have with us L&T Mr. Subramaniam, we have, so we'll have that before Rekha, the fellowship. No, so we'll start with that, right?
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you and welcome everyone. We'll move on to honoring our AIMA leaders.
Thank you, ma'am, for that address. Ladies and gentlemen, we now give away some key recognition and awards. The first award of the day is the AIMA Keval Nohria Award for Academic Leadership in Management Education 2025. May I invite on stage Mr. Keval Nohria to read out the citation and introduce the winner.
Professor D.P. Goel is an outstanding teacher, administrator with distinguished 4-decade career in business education. He has held key positions in India's leading business schools. He has served as director of IIM Bank, Shillong, and the dean at IMD, Ghaziabad, IME, Ghaziabad, and MDI, Gurgaon. He is currently dean at L.M. Thapar School of Management, Derabasi, and director TIT Derabasi campus. A sought-after academic, he serves on expert committees on education policy and regulation, and is associated with many business schools through governing and advisory roles. All India Management Association pleased to confer the AIMA Keval Nohria Award for academic leadership in Management Education Professor D.P. Goyal, Rector TIT Dera Bassi Campus and Dean L.M. Sapar, School of Management, Dera Bassi. On a personal note, I must say that I have known Professor Goyal for a very, very long time, and I was responsible for establishing the Dera Bassi Management. So it is a special pleasure for me to offer this award to him.
Congratulations, Professor Goyal. We now move on to the presentation of AIMA Fellowship, and it is my privilege to read the citation. A Tata Group leader, he has spent 3 decades across chemicals, automotive, and hospitality. He has led Tata Chemicals for nearly 2 decades. He transformed Tata Chemicals into a sustainable chemistry company. Under his leadership, it became a source of green inputs for agriculture, food, cosmetics, innovations, reach consumers in fuel-efficient tires, crop protection, sugar-free foods, and glass. The company has grown into a player operating on 4 continents with 15 factories and 3 R&D centers. Respected for knowledge and integrity, he is a trustee of Tata Trusts and sits on boards worldwide. He also sits on the boards of CDP India, Encourage Social Enterprise Foundation and CSIR Advisory Board, and engages with industry and academic forums. A champion of upskilling and MSME development, he chaired AIMA's MEPSC. All India Management Association is pleased to confer AIMA Fellowship on Mr. R. Mukundan, Managing Director and CEO, Tata Chemicals Limited. Heartiest congratulations, sir. Today, AIMA will also be conferring its Honorary Life Fellowship. It is my pleasure to introduce the recipient to you. A forward-thinking business leader, he has transformed Triveni Group into a leader in sustainability and innovation. He has positioned the group as a global player in effluent treatment, renewable energy, and industrial turbines. Under his leadership, Triveni Turbines has become one of the world's largest steam turbine manufacturers and a recognized force in renewable applications. Educated in economics and management at leading institutes, he exemplifies cross-functional leadership. His achievements have made him a valued member of business and academic organizations. As AIMA President in 2023-24, he provided vision and leadership, consolidating AIMA's position as India's apex management body. He helped Indian enterprises address technology, climate, and geopolitical risks while pursuing growth. He also expanded AIMA's global reach, strengthened partnerships, and deepened ties with management associations. All India Management Association is pleased to confer its Honorary Life Fellowship on Mr. Nikhil Sahni, Past President AIMA and Vice Chairman and Managing Director, Triveni Turbines. Heartiest congratulations, Mr. Sahni. The next award of the day is AIMA Managing India Award 2025 for Indian MNC of the Year. And I take the pleasure of introducing the winner. India's premier engineering and construction conglomerate, L&T, is a key standard bearer of the Make in India policy. The company designs and builds vital structures and equipment for infrastructure, energy, and construction, serving Indian and global markets. Over the past year, more than half of its revenue has come from overseas contracts. The company has secured projects including an AI data center, a solar and battery storage site, LNG equipment, petrochemical reactors and warships. It is also engaged in India's bullet train project and naval vessel construction. A leader in complex engineering, L&T has built key components for India's nuclear reactors and iconic projects such as the Sardar Patel statue. Its order book has expanded to rupees 5.6 lakh crore. All India Management Association is pleased to confer the AIMA Managing India Indian MNC of the Year on Larsen & Toubro through its Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. S.N. Subramanian. Congratulations to Larsen & Toubro and Mr. Subramanian. Heartiest congratulations once again, sir. With that, may I now request Mr. Vishal Kampani, Vice President AIMA, to kindly introduce the Honourable Minister, sir.
Shri Gajendra Singh Shekhawat, Minister of Tourism and Culture, Government of India. Suneeta Reddy, President AIMA and Managing Director, Apollo Hospitals. Shri Sunil Kant Munjal, Past President AIMA and Chairman, Hero Enterprise. Rekha Sethi, Director General AIMA. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my privilege to formally introduce the Honourable Minister, an accomplished policy leader and an outstanding administrator. He is committed to transforming India's tourism economy and through that, India's identity and image. He has been an asset to the Union Cabinet during the past decade. He has earlier served as the Union Minister of Jal Shakti and the State Minister of Agriculture and Farmer Welfare. Now, as the Union Minister of Tourism and Culture, he is leading the government strategy on leveraging tourism and tradition for its economic and cultural goals. Under his leadership, the Tourism Ministry has revamped its programs to expand tourism infrastructure and services. He launched Swadesh Darshan to add and upgrade tourism circuits, destination facilities, service skills, and tourism commerce. He is committed to doubling tourism sector's contribution to India's GDP to 10% in the next decade, and to use India's spiritual, architectural, and national heritage to forge a new global identity for India. Under his leadership, the ministry has scaled up its efforts to market India overseas, especially to Indians living abroad. The innovative Chalo India scheme offers incentives to Indian diaspora to visit India and to get their foreign friends to tour India. As a result of these efforts, the number of overseas tourist arrivals are beginning to inch towards the previous record of 11 million in the pre-COVID year. He is also consolidating the Dekho Apna Desh digital promotion scheme and the Prashad scheme for promoting religious tourism. An astute minister, he is bringing states on board for declaring tourism as an industry, which would attract large corporates to the sector. He is also striving to improve road, air, rail, and telecom connectivity to the religious towns and eco-tourism destinations. His strategic approach is meant to garner bigger tourism revenues by unlocking the tourism potential of India's heritage and nature. AIMA is grateful to Mr. Shekhawat for joining us in the NMC, and we look forward to hearing his vision and his strategy for making tourism a key pillar of India's GDP growth. It is my pleasure to request the Honourable Minister to address the convention.
Respected former President of AIMA and Chairman of Hero Enterprises Mrs. Sunil Kant Munjal, Distinguished Chairperson of AIMA and Managing Director of Apollo Hospitals Enterprises, Ms. Suneeta Reddy ji, Esteemed Vice President of AIMA and Vice Chairman and Managing Director of JM Financial Ltd, Mr. Vishal Kampani, Respected Director General of AIMA, Ms. Rekha, Sethi ji, leaders and champions of the industry, members of academia, students, ladies and gentlemen. At the very outset, I extend my heartfelt greetings to each one of you. It is a matter of great pride and privilege to stand before all of you today at the 52nd National Management Convention of AIMA. This platform, which has consistently bridged policy and practice, truly reflects the spirit of resurgent India, where government, industry, and academia come together to script our collective future. Before I share a few words for tourism and hospitality sector, let me take a moment to celebrate the excellence in this hall today. Ladies and gentlemen, my warm congratulations to Mr. S.N. Subramaniam and Larsen Tabro for being named Indian MNC of the Year. This is not just a corporate achievement. This is not just a corporate achievement. It is a symbol of India's global capabilities and leadership. Congratulations also to Professor D.P. Goyal, recipient of the AIMA Keval Nohera Award for academic leadership at a time when India is reimagining its academic landscape. Recognitions like these provide inspirations to educators across the nation. My best wishes as well to Mr. Nikhil Sahani, honored with the Life Fellowship of AIMA, Mr. R. Mukundan, recipient of AIMA Fellowship, and Mr. Ayush Gupta, awarded as Honorary Fellow. Ladies and gentlemen, your accomplishments are not only personal triumphs, but also collective asset for our great nation. Dear friends, tourism is not just about leisure or travel. It is a strategic pillar of development. It generates jobs, investment, exports, foreign currency, and soft power. According to the World Travel and Tourism Council in 2023, tourism contributed 16.5 trillion to India's GDP, that is about 6% of our economy, and created employment for 40 million people and contributed 13.8% into employment. Even during global slowdowns, domestic tourism gave the sector resilience and strength. That resilience is our unique strength. Our ambitions is clear. By 2047, as India celebrates 100 years of independence, and India become a developed nation as we have envisaged and targeted for ourselves, with the strength of 140 crore people under leadership of Honorable Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji, tourism must contribute 10% to develop India's GDP. This is bold, but not beyond our reach, provided we align efforts in infrastructure, policy, skills, sustainability, and technology, and of course work with whole of the government approach. As our Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji said at the G20 Tourism Working Group in April 2023, when India was having the presidency, quote, India's approach to tourism is rooted in the ancient ethos of Atithi Devo Bhave. Every guest is divine. Combined with modern infrastructure and world-class hospitality, this spirit will make India one of the world's most attractive destinations. The philosophy is guiding star of our policies. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to highlight some of the initiatives shaping the future of Indian tourism. On one end, through Swadesh Darshan, we are creating integrated tourism hubs in Ladakh, Meghalaya, Karnataka, Gujarat, Uttar Pradesh, and Rajasthan, built on local participation and sustainability, and on the other hand, through Prasad scheme, reviving our pilgrimage and spiritual heritage. Over 70 projects across 25 states, from Varanasi to Kedarnath and to Amritsar and Kamakhya have been taken up. We have extended support to the states for developing iconic tourist sites to give world-class experience at 19 destinations so far, including Hampi, Kaziranga, Mahabalipuram, and the iconic Taj Mahal. And also the process of developing 50 new iconic destinations as announced in the budget this year. Greenfield and Brownfield, both iconic destination development have been started. Skill development initiatives to provide skilled human resources, knowing the fact that skilled human resources are very, very critical for hospitality and travel industry. It have also been initiated with multi-pronged approach. Over 200,000 youths have been trained in hospitality, travel, and food services so far. We have entered into an agreement with all hospitality giants to train our youth in the sector. Technology integration has also been put in place for making tourism immersive, full of experiences, and seamless. These initiatives are not just building destinations, they are building pride, livelihoods, and global recognition. Ladies and gentlemen, tourism and culture are inseparable. Under Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, over 200,000 events celebrated India's diversity through Digital India, Manuscripts Mission, museum, collections, and archives are being digitized. Major restoration projects at Lal Killa, Jallianwala Bagh, and Konark Sun Temple are examples of heritage reuse. Our intangible heritage, yoga, the Kumbh Mela, and Durga Puja, and many more are celebrated on UNESCO's global list. Our Ramayana, Bhagavad Gita, and Natya Shastra of Bharat Muni are also now in the World Heritage Register. Our culture does not just enrich us, it attracts world to us. This is a proven fact that the tourism thrives only when the connectivity thrives. Through UDAN, over 500 new air routes have been launched. Bharatmala and Sagarmala are strengthening roads and port networks. 150,000 kilometers new roads, highways, and expressways are constructed. Modern trains like Vande Bharat Express and heritage circuits like Palace on Wheels and the Maharaja Express are redefining journeys, making them faster, more comfortable, full of experience, and thus more memorable. We are all aware that the true growth is sustainable growth. Through sustainable tourism criteria for India and green certification, hotels and homestays are being guided towards energy efficiency, waste management, and also community involvement. Eco circuits under Swadesh Darshan are protecting fragile ecosystems in the Himalayas, deserts, coast, and our green northeast. Our goal is clear: growth without compromise and on environment and on heritage. India's leadership of G20 tourism tracks in 2023 elevated our global brand, and the world have seen our capacities and capabilities to organize. Priorities like green tourism, digitization, destination management, and MSME align with our national vision. Initiatives like Heal India, Heal in India, and Heal by India are showcasing yoga and Ayurveda worldwide. There is a huge potential in the new markets of tourism, that is MICE, Wed in India through wedding tourism, and also the medical tourism. These are not just numbers, they are milestones on the journey of making India a global tourism powerhouse. To reach our goal, we must build on 5 strategic pillars: infrastructure, investment, innovation, inclusivity, and also image building. If we strengthen these 5 pillars, tourism will not only drive jobs and entrepreneurship, but also project India as a civilizational powerhouse and a global leader. Dear friends, India stands today at the threshold of tourism revolution as our country is undergoing cultural renaissance. Our civilizational depth, natural wealth, youthful energy, and visionary policies are converging to create an unprecedented opportunity. As our Prime Minister has often said, tourism connects the world, builds understanding, and brings prosperity at the grassroots. Let us carry the vision forward so that by 2047, tourism and culture are not just growth sectors, but also symbols of India's global leadership. Once again, I congratulate AIMA on the successful convention, and I wish it continued success in shaping India's transformation. We all know that India is undergoing era of transformation, and every stakeholder has its own responsibility to give momentum to the spinning wheel of transformation. With these words, I thank you very much the AIMA team, and congratulate once again to whom we have facilitated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir, for your insightful address. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just received the recipient of AIMA Honorary Fellowship here in our midst. We extend a warm welcome to you. And may I request the Honorable Minister, sir, to kindly give away this fellowship as well. It is my pleasure to read the citation. An outstanding management leader with deep expertise in the energy sector, he has been a vital resource for GAIL India Limited. In a 33-year career in the oil and gas industry, he has held senior roles in projects, operations, maintenance, and human resources. A GAIL veteran of 27 years, he has contributed to operational and people excellence, shaping sustainability, safety, and gender parity practices. As leader of HR, he introduced initiatives for engagement and development, including mentoring, digital upskilling, and well-being programs. A scholar of energy industry trends, he co-edited Natural Gas Markets in India and contributes widely to industry forums. He chairs GAIL Mangalore Petrochemicals, serves on the board of GAIL Gas, ONGC Tripura Power, and China Gas Holdings, and is active on institutional boards and AIMA's HR Core Committee. All India Management Association is pleased to induct Mr. Ayush Gupta, Director HR, GAIL India Limited, as its Honorary Fellow. Heartiest congratulations, Mr. Gupta. To close this session, may I invite Mr. Sunil Kant Munjal to kindly share his concluding remarks.
Gajendra Singh, Shekhawat ji, my colleagues on the dais, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think we could have had a more appropriate culture minister in India. He's a man who enjoys restoring cars. On World Skydiving Day, he actually went skydiving. Is that correct? He's also known as a farmer who wore jeans. So he's able to adapt himself to what the environment requires. Thank you very much for your address. Also for the very bold vision that you're setting out for India as a nation to reach out to the world, to build ourselves a two-way connection, not just for us to go out to the world, but also to invite the world in. The number of tourists in India certainly has increased and improved, but if we look at our potential, I think we have some distance to travel, which is why the many schemes that you are right now working on, that you've announced, that you're building, I think will add a very valuable touch to making India a more visited nation. There is more that we have to offer the world, almost in any 5, 10, or 15 countries put together, by way of geography, by way of culture, by way of geology, in almost any aspect of interest a tourist would have. We have enough and more to offer. Thank you very much for coming to AIMA's National Management Convention, and thank you very much for your address. Thank you.